Hey, everybody, it's Tuesday, October 1st, Swerve, 2024. Welcome to the only show about Spartan Dawgs, hosted by Spartan Dawgs. This is Sparta MSU. I'm your host, Jason Strayhorn, along with my co-host, Sedrick, Swervin, Irvin. Oh, boy. Is sun shining behind you and you back with the stormy cloud like Eeyore over your head, brother?
Straight. One thing about this podcast that this is Sparta MSU, we talk that talk. We know football. Think about what we said on this show last week.
Yeah.
Win third down, win the turnover battle. Win third down, win the turnover battle. We turned the ball over, 3 times?
Yeah.
Then we also said they got running backs. I broke it down. They got one from Ole Miss who rushed for like 1,300 yards. They had the other guy that was already established. They ain't picking running backs like they used to, but they probably got 2 first rounders back in 99, 98, 97. Then we talk about the receivers, and we told you they got one of them boys from Florida. He was out there making one-handed. He running reverses. I was just crying. I was pissed off because we said it on the show. It just went to my soul because we played a hell of a first quarter and some of the second quarter of football. Yeah. We had that motherfucker.
Man, we're going to break that down with our special guest and how that game flowed and where we saw that there was opportunity. And there's some improvement. There were some bright spots, too, because Michigan State did look a lot better in some areas. And then there, some of the old demons of the past did show up and ultimately lose that game 38-7. But please let us know where you're watching from and hit that like and subscribe buttons because just please do that. Hit the like and subscribe. We need that. But we had some special scenes from this weekend. It wasn't all bad. They had some good stuff going on this weekend, Swerve. Let's go to some of the pictures of this weekend's events. Right there. There's Michael Gray from Gray Matter Exchange right there. Had a son. It was good to see him come over to the Blaha tailgate. We missed you, Swerve. That's all that was missing from that. And
hey, one thing about Blaha tailgate, for y'all who don't know, the one I went to, Blaha give out free sandwiches, and they be the thick sandwiches too with all the turkey on it. And then the wife got the mayonnaise, right? That's all I need on my sandwich, Grace, the mayonnaise. They got the mayonnaise, then they got the chips around. It's all free. Oh, man, I could sit there all day. All I need is 3 cigars.
Hot dogs, hamburgers, and sliders. They had
all that this time.
Oh, yeah, man. They had brisket.
Oh, brisket?
Yeah, the man cooked the brisket for 14 hours, he said.
It fall off the bone.
Well, it was melting in your mouth. That's what it was. That's what.
Like Eminem?
Just like Eminem. Look, there was other events this weekend. I mean, outside of the sports world, we do have a new president in town. Kevin Guskowitz was what you call an investiture. Have you ever heard of investiture? This is the first time I've heard that term, but it's kind of like the inauguration. They had that event. I think we have a picture of the afterglow ceremony that was going on at the Greg Williams home. Right there. I mean, man, hey, that you can't even see nothing right there because there's a golf course. The man lived on an 18-hole golf course, and he's the only house where.
You know how much money in that picture?
It'll take you 300 years to count.
I could just only imagine how much money in that picture right there. Whoa.
There was a lot going on, man. Governors, a couple of former governors, Blanchard and Engler, were in the house. Izzo obviously gave a speech. You saw
more money.
Oh yeah, it was going down, and then there was the celebration for Coach D'Antonio's get into the College Football Hall of Fame and into the Spartan Stadium Ring of Honor. Do we have any moments from that?
College Hall of Fame. Nearly 6 million people have played or coached college football since 1869, but only 1,300 have been selected by the National Football Foundation for induction into the College Football Hall of Fame. Our own Coach Mark Antonio has been chosen to join this elite fraternity of the game's greatest legends.
Yeah, good seeing his whole family this weekend. You know, Becky, his wife Becky, the kids. He's got grandkids now. I think there's 2 of them running around, maybe more coming. But yeah, just really good to see Coach Antonio. Coach Izzo had a special message for him here, Swerve. Let's see how he did.
Coach D, how does the weekend get any more exciting? First of all, you're going into our Ring of Honor. And I've been here a lot of years. There's not a lot of names up there. I think that tells how important you are. Second of all, we're playing Ohio State, a team you won a national championship with. And now I know you'll be pulling for us. But third of all, to go into the College Football Hall of Fame, I don't think it gets any better than this. I've known you, like I said, for a long time. Your friendship means the world to me. You've gotten me through a lot of tough times. But I appreciate the friendship. I appreciate the support. And I'm going to be excited to share with you some incredible coaching honors that you're receiving this weekend. God bless you. You and Becky have done a lot for this place. And I look forward to spending a lot more years with you pulling for the Spartans.
Hey, how'd you think he did, Swerve?
Hey, one thing about it, I'm glad I stopped coaching. That coaching boy put some years on you because Izzo looked cute in 96. Oh, he was handsome. Oh, he was, he still had, but now Izzo, you look like a grandpa for real. You're not granddaddy, you grandpa. But you still look good. But you want some years, I'm not coaching no more. Hell no.
Which one's worse, being a U.S. president or a basketball coach at Michigan State or football?
Being a coach at Michigan State, boy, they put some years. He had to deal with some. Boy, you know who he had to deal with? He tell you the story. He had to chase Cleves around. He had to deal with what's the dude that got the DWI. He had to deal with. Oh man, he had to deal with some people in football.
Don't even mention it. It's bad. Yeah.
I heard your stories. I heard Newkirk's story. Billy Green, Ike Reese before he changed his life. I can go on and on. The Mario, all of man, God, y'all was some characters, man.
Coach D'Antonio ran a clean program. Hey, listen, but one thing that they showed in that video was the committee to erect the statue. That picture, they were showing the video when they sat together on the bench to see that statue one more time. I told Coach Izzo about it. There it is. That was, I don't know if that was 96 or 7, like you said. I think that was like 07, 08, around there.
That was them in their late 20s. Compared to how they look now. Same thing with me. Cause boy, I was so handsome back in 95, 96. Now, see, I'm on the back 9 now. You know what I mean? So yeah, everybody had their days. Everybody had their days, brother. You know what I mean? I mean, you still got your look. I don't know if you had hair back then when we played. I can't remember.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I had. You can't remember. You had hair a little bit.
Yeah, I had. I used to have waves, straight. Now I ain't. This ain't by choice, people.
Coach D'Antonio had 114 wins, 3 Big Ten championships, 2 Big Ten championship game victories, a Rose Bowl, Cotton Bowl win. I mean, man, and an appearance in the 2015 college football playoffs. I mean, I don't know how much better you need to be than that in order to be able to qualify for a statue. That's why we rolling with that. So, Coach D'Antonio, congratulations to him with the Ring of Honor and being elected into the College Football Hall of Fame. Man, we got to get to our special guest here in a moment, man. But we got to first take a message from our friends over at Gray Matter Exchange.
Gray Matters.
Do you know your ship? You are missing out on a shipload of savings. Most professionals don't know these things. You are entitled to refunds from FedEx, UPS, and DHL for delivery and invoice errors. we can negotiate at least 20% rate discounts. Our free reports give you new insight into your accounts. There are no out-of-pocket costs. Let Gray Matter Exchange help you unlock hidden savings and optimize your shipping operations. Get to know your ship.
It was really good having him, great Michael Gray, on the call with us a week ago on Thursday. He came on and talked a lot about Gray Matter Exchange. He's doing some work right now for a couple of our lucky viewers, not listeners, lucky viewers. You know who we're talking about, hey, baby. He got you locked down. So we're going to talk about that success story in a moment, but it's getting closer now, Swerve. It's October, and Midnight Madness is coming up right around the corner, man. So, hey, I know we talked about it before, but MSU basketball, Midnight Madness is right here on October 4th. So it's just 3 days from now. That's going to be Friday, actually 4 days, on Friday at the same time that Michigan State football is playing in Oregon. So you have Midnight Madness after that event. So watch the game. If you're not in Oregon, then go to Breslin Center and hang out.
I mean, I'm all for it, but football going too fast. You got to slow down, Stray. You got to slow down. We already on what, week 5 or week 6?
Going to 6.
Yeah, this shit got to slow down because I don't want to watch basketball right now, man. I'm just being straight up, man. I mean, I love Michigan State. I'm honest. That's it. I don't love nobody else in college basketball. I don't got no NBA team. Like Kobe, I hear my favorite players gone. I'm not ready for basketball, man.
Hey, I know, man. Look, this is part of it, but they've done something beautiful for people like you and me. They've added like 6 more games onto the season, without asking anybody that's actually playing the games how they feel about it. Because it doesn't matter how they feel, because it's all about us and the money that they're going to make off all those kids. So you're going to be just fine sitting at home or wherever you're going to be, maybe at the games, watching, play game after game after game, all the way into probably February, right around the Super Bowl before they crown a national champion. So it's not going. It does seem like it's going fast, but not too fast. And I am being sarcastic, just so y'all know. Swerve.
Yeah, we got to get our ship together. Ship.
You got to get it together, brother. MSU hockey does have their ship together. Preseason ranked number 4, man. I mean, come on, man. Look, we got number 1 ranked women's soccer team. Tennis is doing their thug thizzle, and now you was talking about hockey, top 4. And they probably going to be in the Frozen Four and win that thing this year. What you think about
now,
Nightingale?
If anybody got a hookup with the hockey coach, can you please let them know? And it's from my heart. I'll pay for it if I got to, but I don't want to. Swerve and Irvin want a hockey jersey, and I want 33. I don't want 00 or year 24. Can I please? Somebody reach out to him and say, Swerve and Irvin want a 33 hockey jersey, and I'm coming to a game and I want to wear my jersey. Please pass this message along. Please.
Swerve, we just got a call today. I think that some of the hockey players will be on next week during MSU.
Oh, I'm definitely going to get it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, because they're my boys. Them my guys, man. We kind of got to know each other last year towards the end, So
yes.
I didn't even know that, man. I'm glad.
Well,
Okay, thank you for the news. They just told me to. I got it. Okay, cool.
You got it. All right, cool, man. I mean, we're going to talk about what's going on in Michigan State sports, how this past year's recruits look, how the guys in the NFL are doing after, this past weekend. We're just going to talk all things Michigan State football with our special guests after these messages from our friends over at IHOP.
Watch these pancakes.
IHOP. $5 all-you-can-eat pancakes are back at IHOP for a limited time, or free with select combo purchase. Only at IHOP.
I got to talk to my guy at IHOP because I stayed at his house. He treated me like royalty. I played with his kids. All I want to do is just be in the commercial. That's it, man. If I can build a commercial and that's the real commercial, that's it. God can take me now. Take me, Lord.
The IHOP commercial.
That's it. Let me be on the IHOP commercial. That's it.
Let's work on that. All right,
Come
man.
on, Con.
Come on, man. Let's go. Cal. His name is Cal.
No, I like to call him Con.
Swear, bring in our special guest, man. Come on, man.
And this guy don't need no more introduction. We done seen him over and over and over. He one of the best writers out. He get all the information you need, right? So we ain't got time to waste because he got a lot of information in his head. And he got the voice of Bart Simpson. Bart, you know, I love to hear him talk, not just because he's just so knowledgeable, but his voice. He should be on radio, or he can do one of the movies where, you know, he's not on TV, but he's behind the scenes doing the voiceover. But besides that, man, he's the guy for all the information, especially with Michigan State. And I love when we have him on the show. Come on in, dog.
Come on, Corey Robinson, 247 Sports.
C-Rob.
This is Spartan.
How you guys doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. Just
man, how are you doing after the game?
What's up?
After the game, Ohio State.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of. You saw good things. You saw some bad things. I mean, if you look at it, like the last 5 games before that, like Michigan State didn't even look like they belonged on the same field as Ohio State. I thought even throughout, even the second half when it kind of got away a little bit, like they still play for play. It was, you know, they were hanging with them. It was just not executing on third downs, like you guys mentioned at the beginning of your show. They didn't get off the field on third downs, and then Michigan State didn't capitalize on their third down. So, I mean, that with the turnovers was kind of what changed it. But as far as like play for play, you know, I thought they kind of showed signs of improvement that we haven't seen in that matchup in a few years.
You know, you look at the stat line for that game on Saturday night. OSU, Ohio State, had 75 plays for 483 yards. Michigan State, 50 plays. That's a 50% raise in plays for 246 yards. You know, what do you think needs to be done? I mean, if we go back to the beginning of the game, you talked about Michigan State looked like they were playing play for play with Ohio State. Like, where did the change come?
Yeah, I think the fumble with Childs where he had the face mask where they didn't call that. I mean, that's first and goal from inside the 5 if they make that, and that's probably 7 points. And then another play that stuck out was the interception in the end zone that they dropped, and the very next play Ohio State scored. So that's 14-point swing, and you know, stuff like that. Michigan State can't allow that. You can't miss those opportunities when you're the underdog, and you know, they miss those ones. And then you give some credit to Ohio State where Jeremiah Smith made 2 like amazing catches and shows why he's about to be a rich man in 3 years when he can leave for the NFL. And then I thought they did some good scheme things with Azubuike, or however you say, the slot receiver for them. They put some favorable matchups in him on third downs or whatever, where he got a linebacker or somebody on him and he's their best route runner. So, you know, give them credit. But you kind of, when I was sitting up there, that's what Michigan State's kind of missing on their offense to me, is they don't have that crafty route runner in the slot to go along with Glover, who had a very good game, and Marsh, who had a very good game. They're kind of, the tight ends had good games outside of, you know, having that fumble, but luckily Jordan Turner picked his teammates up and got that pick, and they ended up flipping it back to points anyways. But that seems to be the one thing that's really missing on the offense, is having that little crafty slot receiver that can just get open on third downs for the quarterback. And that's, if I'm going into the off season, that's one of the top things on my need list if I'm Michigan State, is to find that type of guy, because you saw what they did with those type of receivers at Oregon State. So, you know, you went from 3 or 4 of them on the roster there to not really having a go-to guy in the slot with the current roster.
No, it's funny you say that, because watching that game, I said, if I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm sitting down and I'm watching Ohio State film.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, we got two guys. Ford showed you
Yeah,
he can be a playmaker, and Marsh is the next one. You know, it may
Yeah.
go Ohio State, it may go Williams down to Alabama, but Marsh going to be right there in the top 3 to 5 receivers, damn it. I know it. And then you can put 3 in the slot. But the thing that we don't, I'm watching Ohio State offense, the way they was moving guys around and put them in different positions. Because I tell people, as coaches, you got to put your players in the position to be successful. You know what I mean? And this is a copycat league. I learned that when I was at Alabama. You know, we'll play, say we're playing Georgia, but we watching Vanderbilt versus Georgia, but Vanderbilt had a play that we didn't have in our playbook, but they was killing Georgia with. We get to practice on Monday. We hear in the meeting, I hear, hey, we're going to call this play Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt? Oh, because Vanderbilt, this they had a problem, you know, and I think we have those 3 receivers, C-Rod. Now, I ain't saying on the level. We ain't too far off, but let's put them in successful. Let's just stop taking the stretch bootleg and doing it. Man, let's throw the ball up. We got some dogs, man. But we got to put them in better situations. I think if you put 3 in the slot and 4 is improving himself every damn week, and 6 is the dog, put us up against anybody.
I think that was an issue too. I think Glover and Marsh were on a pitch count because they both had 20-something snaps. So you didn't get to so they kind of used Glover and then they rotated with Marsh. You know, you didn't get the big 3 out there a lot with them coming off of their injuries too. Because I noticed checking the snap counts after the game, both of those guys, Glover and Marsh, had around the same snap count in the 20s, but where ideally you want those guys and Foster out there, you know, the majority of the snaps. So
yeah, and that makes sense that they have them on a pitch count because they're both kind of nursing injuries. But isn't the name of the game putting stress on the defense? You know, you need to be able to do that in a way, and that's what Sedrick's referring to. I agree with you. Said like you need to have, you know, those defensive coordinators on the cornerbacks going, oh, you know. You need them feeling like, oh, shit, like what's going to happen next, rather than try to stretch them out. I get that too. You want to be able to have more longer plays, but look, they were on a short pitch count. You said it was only 22 plays for each of them. We only
20, low 20s, yeah.
Low 20s. So we only had 50 offensive plays.
Yeah.
The defense had to play for 75 plays. I mean, that's 50% more plays that Ohio State ran. So the pitch count didn't work. Ultimately, you know what I'm saying? So those are things that I think we have to rethink. I mean, they're seeing this is one thing I don't worry about is this coaching staff evaluating the film, processing information, and coming out with a new plan based off what they are seeing, what's trending on this team. Because I did see number 2, Aiden. You know, people are down on him here and there, but he had a much better game, especially early on the first part of the game as far as his decision making. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he only coming off of memory here, the late interception that at that point the game was over was really the only throw he really missed. You saw plays where there wasn't somebody there and he threw it out of bounds instead of forcing it, so that was a good sign of growth. And I think I don't recall him overthrowing a guy that he had open in this one where that was.
There was a little lob, the lob screen that was a little dangerous, but again, the game was out of reach already.
Yeah, and then I mean, he made probably 6-7 throws in that game that I've never seen a Michigan State quarterback make. So I mean,
the one from the far hash to the sideline,
the far hash all the way across 30-something yards, and you know downfield where like there's not. Like Cousins couldn't have made that throw when he was at State. Cook couldn't have made that throw. Stanton, like I can't think of a single guy at State that could have made that throw, and he did that 6 or 7 times where he just absolutely unleashed it and put it exactly where it had to be. So I thought you saw growth from him. Obviously, you know you can't have the turnovers, and you got to capitalize on third downs. So you know. But I thought he played one of his better games, even though, you know, maybe you don't get the scoreboard doesn't show it because of not executing when it mattered on the thirds and stuff like that as a team. But I thought there's good things from him. I thought the offensive line showed improvement. They still got to get a little bit better there, but for the most part, they were creating good enough holes that the running backs had room to run with. And Childs, they got to him 2 times, I think, maybe 3 sacks, but one was a coverage sack just because they had everybody locked up when they dropped back. But I thought they showed some improvement because Ohio State's got a really good defensive line. I mean, each year it feels like they're putting out a first-round defensive lineman or two. So I thought there's definitely positives, and obviously you just got to capitalize and not make the mistakes against a team like that.
Well, you know what? That's the political, the writers' way of putting things, C-Rod. That was perfect. I mean,
give it to us plain.
Hey, that's ESPN. Like, you're the analyst. You're not the athletes on ESPN that just be talking shit and really don't know what they're talking about. Like, you're the person. Like, it's funny. I don't know what channel it is, but it's the one with Terry Bradshaw and other guys. But they got the big black guy there. Like, he set everything up. And, like, even the one with Grunt. Like, those guys are terrible. But what you just said was you'll be the first guy, and me and Stray will be like the athletes, because that was there perfect. But now I'm finna be the Grunks them of the world, right? Yeah. And this is why the quarterback is getting it's 50-50. Why some are with him, some are questioning, whatever it is. For one, our running game is not there. I think we ran for 40-some yards.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And if you're gonna go out and get guys in the portal or even give them NIL or whatever it is, we got to give the quarterback a chance with the run game. If you're not going to run him and we're not going to have a run game, let the quarterback throw the ball 80% of the time, right? Yeah. Because if you look at the Georgia game, they got a special guy. But when shit hit the fan, quarterback was throwing the ball. Them guys threw the ball 30-plus times. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, and we got to, and the OC got to help the quarterback out. Anytime that you get a guy, you got to play action and roll out. You don't trust that quarterback in the pocket, right? Have you ever seen Tom Brady roll out 50% of the time?
Right. No.
Come on. And now I'm not. I mean, whatever their offense is, they are who they are, whatever it is, and then whatever you see of that guy. But every time I'm rolling them out and I'm not telling him to run the ball first, guess what? I got to find ways to keep him in the pocket and nick him down, whatever. Because I will tell you this, Alabama quarterback was terrible. The first 2 years, terrible. All he did was fake the zone, either run or he throw a deep ball. Now he's nickel and diming, hitching it up, boom, boom, taking the shots when he had to. He looked like a totally damn different quarterback. Because they're not just running them out of there, boom, boom. They're keeping them in the pocket. They trusting them to make the decision to deliver the ball. Mm-hmm. You got to put them in situations to be successful. Yeah. Now, if you trust him, then get his ass out of there. Or you get out of there. Yeah. But that's the only way we're going to win. Because I don't give a fuck with we got 3 damn good receivers that can compete anywhere, that can make plays. They got to get healthy. But if we're not going to run the ball, and we're only going to get 40 yards, put the ball in 2 hands and let them throw the ball 60 times, damn it.
Right. Yeah. And to that point too, Corey, I mean, we're going to talk about this, but you talked about the rolling out, the bootleg and the right-handed quarterback to the left, man. They do it a lot. That's hard. That's really difficult for him to be accurate. Any quarterback. Not many guys are accurate, especially guys over 6 foot. He's a guy that's 6'3" on the light side. He's probably 6'4". That's a lot to ask of somebody time in, time out to keep doing that. So, Corey, I don't want to, interrupt you there, but you talked. I was just going to say this: 35 minutes, basically, in that time, almost 36 minutes for Ohio State to 24-17 for Michigan State. Just a lot, especially when you have those young, new starters. You had a new offensive tackle in Raheem Johnson starting at left tackle against Ohio State.
Yeah, I thought he had a very, very good game when you really look at the context. The true freshman going up against one of the best defensive ends in America, and probably a first, second round pick in the draft this year. I think there was one play he got beat where he gave up the sack, but that was my fault because I was in the press box and I complimented him. I said, about how well he was playing, and then literally 3 seconds later, the
Corey,
sack happened. So.
Never do that again, Corey.
Right? But after that, that's where you saw his maturity as a true freshman, because he just got bull rush, gave up a sack, but then the rest of the game he put that play behind him and played the rest of the snaps, and I thought he was a huge bright spot. I mean, to get a true freshman on one of the best defensive ends in America, and Johnson, I think, is probably an interior lineman, but you're putting him at tackle because Stanton Ramil was out injured, your starting left tackle. So, I mean, I think next year, obviously he's shown he has the athletic ability, and I think he's got a pretty long wingspan. So that kind of offsets his lack of height maybe. But, ideally you put him inside at center or guard next year with Christian Phillips and Gavin Brocious getting back. So then maybe that stabilizes your interior a little bit. And then Stanton Ramil and Ashton Lepo, both young guys, at starting at tackle. So, I mean, they got a lot of youth on the offensive line that's kind of showing up. And I thought for Johnson, he didn't look out of place, and he's not going to get tested that tough outside of, Oregon this week will be another tough test, and then Michigan's defensive line. So, I mean, he passed the first test as a true freshman. Now he's got a few more to go, but he looked like a real bright spot for me.
I give a shout out to that defense and number 7. Yeah. I think number 7 played with a lot of passion, man. He played like you want your middle linebacker to play. Yeah. He played the way he looked. Because, see, Rob, I know you've seen him before. And my traps, to be 46, yeah. Great. But he got knots on top of knots. He got knots right here. He even got a muscle like right here under his eyes. I'm like, what the hell? He's like, Coach, I just be lifting with my eye. How the hell you lift with your eyes? He talking about you be lifting with his eyes. But he played with so much passion. He was all over the place, causing fumbles, getting NITs. And I think we got the type of defense like that. And then, pound for pound, one of my favorite players is Zero. He was holding his own. He could have had a pick too, but they had to bump in to say whatever. The defense, but going into Oregon, we got to rely on that defense. You know what I mean? We got to rely on that defense because that's a hostile environment, Trey. Yeah. Straight, I want you to get video. I'm telling you, it's nothing like it at night. Ooh. Oh. First of all, there ain't nothing to do in Oregon or wherever, Eugene or whatever the other side, that stuff they be smoking outside. But man, listen, man, I'm telling you. But that's when the team we got to control the ball. See, that's the thing, right? If I'm an OC and I don't trust my quarterback or I don't think I got the weapons, I got to find a way to control the ball, because if I can control the ball, that means if you got a good offense and you got the boy over there from Florida, number 4 and all that, you ain't got that many chances to score. And that's the thing, too, as you got to call plays. But we got guys that you should be able to trust. Mm-hmm. I understand they wasn't healthy, all right, but 4 start off damn looking good. 3 a guy you can put in the slot. And 6 is the same shit down there in Alabama and Ohio State. He's going to be in those top 4 or 5 guys, too. And we just got to do better. And I understand, but I'm just a guy that's not making excuses. Yeah. Shit, we fought over that game, man. It's still pissing me off, Trey.
Yeah, no, and I understand. I mean, it's all warranted. There were some bright spots. The penalties were way down. They only 2 penalties for 19 yards. When they were averaging about 100 yards of penalties per game going into this. Other bright spots, we talked about accuracy with Aiden Childs. He did a good job with that. Kim was also a guy who, he's a guy that you can count on. Now, when you come to a 4th down, I want to ask you guys about that. There was a 4th down call early in the ball game. It was 4th and probably 1, maybe a little less than 1. And they chose to go for it on 4th down. Aiden Childs didn't get it. It was a quarterback sneak. Me personally, I like the call because typically I'm saying take the points. I always take the points in high pressure games, but it's at home. To me, you got the big dogs on the rope. You are moving the ball on them. I just think you need to get lower if you're Aiden Childs. I don't know if he was watching last night, the Monday night game. I think Geno Smith, he had the same play. He he was submarining in there with the center and guard. You got to do that. You cannot stand up. You know,
I didn't like it because it was still early, and I think he take the points. But if you're gonna do that, put number 7 behind him, Trey. He got muscles right here.
push.
If you're gonna do that, put 7 behind him and let 7 get a running start, and he to push Giles, number 2 ass 7 yards down the field. At that time, I said the same thing. Kick the damn field goal. It's still early. We know we can move the ball. That's confidence. And let's get points. And the next time we go down, we know we score. But now when you don't get no points, you lose momentum. Now you count on your defense hoping to get 3 and out. And now they pick up momentum. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Take the damn points.
I like the going for it part, obviously. I think he tried to go up over the top, which, you just got to get low because the Ohio State guy, he did a good job meeting him over the top like Ellsworth did in the Rose Bowl.
There you go.
That's what I thought about when I saw that, too. That was perfect.
But if you go low, that don't matter. He's just jumping over you and you're going through. But I thought they rushed that play call. So rather than executing the play right, they tried to do the play quick. Because I think if you're going to do a quarterback sneak, there's no reason to not have a tight end or your best running back, your strongest running back, right behind him to shove him through. I think that's just,
number 7.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's like just get somebody
to Jordan Turnover
just push them through, because that's going to be, the added help that you need. Get low and have some pushers behind you and go. So I didn't mind the play call, and I thought he answered the question on the field right after it. Right, saying field goals aren't going to win a game against a team like this. So I was fine with it. Obviously, the execution wasn't there.
Rob, it's early. Yeah. It's early. We went down 14.
I'm used to watching the Lions, where every 4th down is a go for it.
I know that's the new game now.
So see, Rob, you know a little bit more about Oregon than we do, and I know Strayhorn is learning about Oregon. What we got to do? What you expect? Because right now in the rankings, me and you've been on fire. We're undefeated. Strayhorn is terrible in this peak.
You are not undefeated.
How?
Maryland, you called a loss, both of you.
No, I went with Maryland.
You went with Maryland. Said you said loss.
I think I took them to beat Boston College though.
Yep. That's what y'all
which they should have.
Me and C-Rod, you're terrible.
No, I'm not.
Me and C-Rod only got 1 loss, Trey. I think you got 2 or 3.
I said we was gonna split. I'm 3-2 at this point in the season. I believe
that's the hard part of that, because it felt like there's gonna be a split somewhere, but it's hard to figure out which ones, and then going through the thing where. This weekend, I don't see as a toss-up. I think Oregon, Ohio State, that's the 2 toughest games on their schedule.
Yeah.
Where it's just a different level of talent. So that one's a tough one. Where everyone else, it felt like every weekend beyond that, as long as they stay together as a team and don't have the injuries, they can theoretically win or lose every single game the rest of the way. So.
Yeah, this is a game. Obviously, this is a game that you can it's an NFL league game because you're going against guys who are going to be drafted high, just like a week ago. So if you perform well, you're going to open eyes of scouts, and you just don't know. It's a tough environment. Only a few of these guys have played in Alton Stadium. I don't know if any of them have played at night over there. It's loud, man, and those fans know how to get after it. And they have one of our old players playing on a defensive line.
He's doing good too, Derek Harmon. Yeah. He's been good for them. But, yeah, I guess one thing, though, is, we're still learning a lot about Oregon, but Jonathan Smith and that staff know Oregon better than about anyone probably. So it's going to be one of those rare occasions where, when they go to play Ohio State or Maryland, that's the first time they played those teams, where Oregon, that was their rival over there. So he knows Dan Lanning, he knows the environment, which, so they'll have that part where they can lean on the coaches, Tanner Miller, Aiden Childs, Velling, they've seen the Oregon stuff, so they got kind of a feel for it. But like it is, you guys played. Once the lights come on, everything they prepare you for all week goes out the window, and you just make a play or you don't.
I mean, yeah, you made some great points there, man. I mean, I like what Jonathan Smith has said about that, the familiarity. Like, okay, Oregon's familiar with you. And he said, no, it's a two-way street.
Yeah.
I like that. Like, I'm familiar with them too. So he ain't I like this guy. This guy doesn't back down. I saw him ripping some referees' asses, especially after that face mask they didn't call. Because, our sideline reporter during the game, J.U. Kulkrick, he said that, the referees came over and asked the people in the stadium to not play replays because it was making them look bad. Can you believe that?
Yeah, do your damn job, and it won't be a problem. Because
Right.
I know when they had a
Damn them
offensive
referees.
line jumped and they didn't call it right before that 2-minute timeout in the first half. Like Smith went in on the officials there, and then during the whole 2-minute timeout on the TV, he had two of them on the sidelines, and you could just see him, like smacking his hand and yelling at him. So that was good to see that fire out of him and say, that like. We got to do our job, but you got to do your job too. So let's
do like asses being ripped in East Lansing.
Yeah. And I mean, it didn't help them because they still made a lot of bad calls where, like the left tackle tackling Bogle from behind later on in the game. So apparently the top.
Oh, that was crazy. How do you miss that call?
And that was like a 30-40 yard play that they got because of it.
I mean, they didn't say a word. There was a lot of head scratching moments in that game. That's why we, look, they don't find radio guys for talking the truth about what we see. And so, Will Tiemann went on a rant. Me and George did a little bit. But that was egregious with this. There's got to be some way to hold those guys accountable. Like if they are making calls like that, and they got to come in front of the media and answer.
Yeah, because I mean, there's stuff that you're gonna miss, but you can't miss that face mask. His head totally got spun around. You can't miss three guys jumping before the ball snapped, and you can't miss a guy tackle, a left tackle, and there's about 4 or 5 other ones that, I mean, you just got to be better than that. Like, that's your job.
Yeah. Speaking of that, didn't they have a whole rule change happen because of the cheating that went on down the road? Once again, here we go. The blue wall strikes again. There was an offsides call at the end of the game on an onside kick when Minnesota was charging back against the guy, the sons of bitches, right? There's all kinds of photos that show the guy ain't even close to the line of scrimmage, right, as the ball's being kicked. So the Big Ten has come out. They didn't apologize. They didn't say they did anything wrong, but they changed the whole rule. They've added referees on the line of scrimmage now to watch that onside kick. I mean, but the problem is money's already changed hands. They ain't never going to apologize. That's why. Just so you guys know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that was the weird part. They never said we were wrong. They just conveniently changed the rule right after it, which was kind of wild. I
know. I got my son FaceTime me now. Look at this. What's up, man? I got your All-American. Okay, he's got his All-American. My son got his All-American, everybody.
Oh, nice. Congratulations.
Congratulations, nephew. Yeah.
Look at that. What's that? Look at that.
Let's get that money. Let's get that money. Oh. More money, more money, more money. That's what's up. Congratulations.
All right. Hey, and come to East Lansing. I'm going to pitch you one more time. Come on to East Lansing. Can we do that?
Child, please.
I'll call you later, son. Love you.
That boy way better than his daddy. His daddy was good. I don't take nothing away from it. His daddy was good. But that kid there, boy, you did a hell of a job teaching the linemen how to play line.
Number 4.
Listen to me. Listen to me. Get your roses. You did a hell of a job molding him to be, because, boy, he played the game the right. If I'm a head coach like I was, I want him on my team first. And then after that, I get the little one, because the little one got the same fucking mentality. Boy, I'm telling you what it is. You get there in 2025, 2028, 29, You gonna tell everybody to kiss your ass. You ain't got to work no more.
I always work, man. That's the way it
not
is.
me. Let mine make. I'm finished. I'm
You
tired.
finished, you ain't doing nothing. You're just gonna be sitting, smoking
I'm
cigars all
tired,
the time.
Stray. I'm tired. I
Hey,
just
man,
want to sit down,
We love this.
smoke my cigar.
Hey, before we get out of here, Corey, like you talk about the young recruits. I think there was also a kid, Ruskin, got in the ball game as a true freshman, right?
Yeah. True freshman. He played tackle too. So the same thing. I think he had one play that he got beat, but other than that, he looked the part, which is impressive for a true freshman to go against a team that talented and to look the part. So that's a good sign for the future when you have two guys out on tackle against one of the most talented teams full of future NFL draft picks, and to look like you belonged on that field as a true freshman offensive lineman is a huge testament to both of them. And I think he's a guy that will stay out at tackle, where I think Johnson probably slides in the future. But
he might be like Damian Woody. Woody's about 6'3", drafted as a center, played guard, and then somehow got bumped out the tackle when he was with the Lions and got another contract, got like a third contract, played tackle for the Jets.
And that's the thing is, like, when's the last time? Like, I don't remember the last time Michigan State got two true freshmen, like, meaningful actual snaps consistently, because Johnson's been playing 3 or 4 games in a row now with meaningful snaps, and now Young's gotten 2 games. I don't know that I've seen Michigan State ever be able to get 2 true freshman offensive linemen on.
Never, not true freshmen.
And they don't look lost when they did it. So
that says something about the talent evaluation and the ability to develop them. When you look at that, and then you look at the pedigree for Michigan State. Jaden Reed this weekend with the Green Bay Packers, 7 catches, 139 yards, and a touchdown. And then Kenny, K9 last night. What y'all think? I think everybody wanted the Honolulu Blue to win, but man, 12 carries, 89 yards, and 3 touches.
Yeah, I was like watching that. I'm like, quit giving him the ball. like it put you in a weird spot, because like you feel good for him and you want him to be successful. But not that game. But I guess it worked out perfectly because the Lions still won. But he went off on Monday Night Football and showed everybody what we already knew about him, that he's just a different animal back there in the backfield.
Did you see the play when he did the double somersault thing off of the guy? Did you see that?
Insane. I watched it 20 times and tried to find a way that he was down every single time, and he never was. I'm just like, man, that's crazy.
Hey, Swerve, I don't care what you say. That's a Spartan Dawg, man. I know it was only one and done, but dog, hey, he didn't have the career that my man Swerve had. But as far as a flash, just a boom, just a bolt of lightning to come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Like he's the best 1-year guy that I think Michigan State's ever had. So he's like the Magic Johnson of the football program, just because there's not very many 1-year football guys.
See, Rob, you took the word right out of my mouth. When he came to Michigan State, my candle was lit again. It was great. It was great watching them. Then they go down there and beat Miami. I almost went to jail because I let everybody know. So I'm a K9 fan. I ain't fan a minute.
Right.
I'm a K9 fan. I don't know him, never met him, but
Great
he's a
kid.
Spartan Dawg.
Great
Only way he's a Spartan Dawg if he claimed to be a Spartan Dawg every way he goes.
Yeah, he does.
I don't know if he get around his Wake Forest.
No.
I don't know about that.
But no, listen to me. I don't know if he around his Wake Forest friends and he be like, yeah, we had a good time at Wake. I'm a whatever Wake is.
I'm a demon deacon.
A Spartan boy. No, you can't. You know what I'm saying? You either gonna be a Spartan Dawg 24/7, or you ain't no Spartan Dawg.
I think he went on record that he was a Spartan, even though he was only here 1 year. So I mean, his 1 year at Michigan State was way more eventful than anything he had at Wake Forest.
So if he did that, he's a Spartan Dawg. But if he get around his boys over there at Wake and go to acting like Wake and claiming Wake, I'll punch him in his mouth.
No. Hey, fellas, and look, I got to get out of here because we got to catch a plane going out to Eugene. Tigers did win tonight, 3-1. So, you welcome. You welcome to come on, man.
No, you going private. You let everybody know you going private.
I ain't letting
I
nobody
got to
know
go over there and get in the line over there, hope about my TSA work and stand up.
Can't afford the commercial. That costs more than private to get over there.
You're going to have to eat fruits and all that shit. I got to go over there, wait for the little crackers they give you, get a small bag of chips.
Hey, C-Rob, man, before we get out of here, final thoughts before we go out to Oregon. What do you think the keys of victory for Michigan State going forward this week?
I think you take the good plays that you had in Ohio State, obviously, because there's some good stuff there. But you just got to consistently, you got to finish third down. You got to get off the field on third down. And you can't turn the ball over. So, and then, like Sedrick said, get your playmakers the thing, because that's the difference in a game if you're outmatched with talent as a whole. But if you have that one guy or that two guys that you can go ride and say, like Plaxico, was the type of guy where you put him on, he could put the team on his back and take care of it. Or Charles Rogers, like those, you ride your stars and let them offset whatever talent gap it is from, that 1 to 85. Like you go get your stars and let them make plays.
I'm gonna go to the Bible. The Bible say if two or more come in agreement, he will show up in the present, and then we shall have victory. So I'm believing. Are y'all two believing that we can go there and win? Absolutely. If so, pray, damn it.
We are absolutely gonna pray, man, and I believe that we can do that. Anything is possible. Michigan State's got the tools. Everybody's pretty healthy too. We're gonna check on Maverick Hansen to make sure all is well there. Don't know about that. We'll be checking on that, and we will see you guys on Thursday night with more updates and breaking down that Oregon matchup as we continue to go through the film and break it down. For Sedrick, Irvin, and Corey Robinson, I'm Jason Strayhorn. This is Sparta MSU. Everybody have a good night. God bless you, and go green.
Go white. C-Rob, appreciate you, brother.
Thanks for having me.